अधिपो भानुशशीधरां सुतो बुधो गुरुभार्गव सूर्यनन्दनो राहुश्च केतुश्च परन्नवग्रह कुर्वन्तु पूर्णमनोरथं सदा उपेन्द्र इन्द्रो वरुणो हुताशनं धर्मो यमो वायु हरिश्चतुर्भुजं गन्धर्वयक्षो रगसिद्धचारणा कुर्वन्तवो पूर्णमनोरथं सदा।
Commence with Arti. सब कोई खड़ा हो जाए. Please all stand. I will join in Bhagwat Arti. भागवत भगवान की है आरती, पापियों को पाप से है तारती।
भागवत भगवान की है आरती, पापियों को पाप से है तारती।
ये अमर ग्रंथ ये मुक्ति पंथ ये पंचम वेद निराला, नव ज्योति जगाने वाला।
ये अमर ग्रंथ मुक्ति पंथ पंचम वेद निराला, नव ज्योति जगाने वाला।
हरि गान यही वरदान यही,
हरि गान यही वरदान यही,
जग के मंगल की आरती।
पापियों को पाप से है तारती। जय भागवत भगवान की है आरती, पापियों को पाप से है आरती।
ये शांति गीत पावन पुनीत श्राप मिटाने वाला, हरि दर्श दिखाने वाला।
ये शांति गीत पावन पुनीत शाप को मिटाने वाला, हर दर्श दिखाने वाला।
है सुख करने है दुख हरने,
है सुख करनी है दुख हरनी।
ये मधुसूदन की आरती।
पापियों को पाप से है तारती। जय भागवत भगवान की है आरती, पापियों को पाप से है तारती।
मधुर बोल जग फंड खोल, सन्मार्ग दिखाने वाला, बिगड़ी को बनाने वाला।
ये मधुर बोल जग फंड खोल, सन्मार्ग दिखाने वाला, बिगड़ी को बनाने वाला।
श्री राम यही घनश्याम यही,
श्री राम यही घनश्याम यही,
सीता राम यही राधे श्याम यही,
सीता राम यही राधे श्याम यही।
प्रभु की महिमा की आरती।
पापियों को पाप से है तारती।
जय जय भागवत
भगवान की है आरती। पापियों को पाप से है तारती।
पापियों को पाप से है तारती।
पापियों को पाप से है तारती।
नंदलाला यदु नंदलाला,
नंदलाला यदु नंदलाला।
नंदलाला यदु नंदलाला,
नंदलाला यदु नंदलाला।
वृंदावन हे नंदलाला।
वृंदावन हे नंदलाला।
जय वृंदावन हे नंदलाला।
जय वृंदावन हे नंदलाला।
कृष्ण कन्हैया नंदलाला,
कृष्ण कन्हैया नंदलाला।
हे कृष्ण कन्हैया नंदलाला।
कृष्ण कन्हैया नंदलाला।
तो मुरली मनोहर नंदलाला।
मुरली मनोहर नंदलाला।
जय मुरली मनोहर नंदलाला।
मुरली मनोहर नंदलाला।
नंदलाला यदु नंदलाला,
नंदलाला यदु नंदलाला।
हे नंदलाला यदु नंदलाला।
नंदलाला यदु नंदलाला।
वृंदावन हे नंदलाला।
वृंदावन हे नंदलाला।
जय वृंदावन हे नंदलाला।
वृंदावन हे नंदलाला।
नंदलाला यदु नंदलाला,
नंदलाला यदु नंदलाला।
हे नंदलाला यदु नंदलाला।
नंदलाला यदु नंदलाला।
वृंदावन हे नंदलाला।
वृंदावन हे नंदलाला।
कृष्ण कन्हैया नंदलाला।
कृष्ण कन्हैया नंदलाला।
हे कृष्ण कन्हैया नंदलाला।
कृष्ण कन्हैया नंदलाला।
मुरली मनोहर नंदलाला।
मुरली मनोहर नंदलाला।
जय जय मुरली मनोहर नंदलाला।
मुरली मनोहर नंदलाला।
नंदलाला यदु नंदलाला,
नंदलाला यदु नंदलाला।
नंदलाला यदु नंदलाला।
नंदलाला।
बन हे नंदलाला।
वृंदावन हे नंदलाला।
जय वृंदावन हे नंदलाला।
वृंदावन हे नंदलाला।
बोले श्री वृंदावन बिहारी लाल की जय। उमापति महादेव की जय। पवन सुत हनुमान की जय। आठ शक्ति स्वाहा माता की जय। उड़ैसा जगन्नाथ की जय। बोलो भाई सब संतन की जय। बोले श्री गुरु महाराज की जय। सत्य सनातन धर्म की। आसन लीजिए, बी सीटेड डिवोटीज। Pandit Gyandev Persad, spiritual leader of Sukh, Shanti, Bhakti Mandali. Pandit Umarat Maharaji will be performing the puja. Pandit Vashish, Vinayak and Chandradev. And with any others, I also salute you. On behalf of the Yakarta, Mr. and Ms. Himraj Ramutan family, I extend a most cordial welcome to one and all, and I pray that your stay will be a very meaningful one. Today is a very blessed day. We mentioned that this morning and we experienced it also. That amidst the showers we were bathed by brilliant sunshine. And also today is a very special day in the life of the Shrota, Himraj Bhai, Today is his Janamdin, his birthday. And what a wonderful moment, a wonderful occasion it is. And we read an appropriate katha dealing with that. So here we are about the comments. I want to say the group that you heard is Bhai Madan and group from Bihari. Is it Bihari or Bidesi? Bidesi, from Bidesi Street, St. Augustine. And today we have SR Productions, who are broadcasting our program on ITV. So we say welcome to all of these people, but the group has just other commitment. We wish them well. Devotees, I'm about to proceed with our discourse. It will be different. It will be a mixture of song or bhajan, kirtan, and recitation. So first of all, invocation prayer. Focus upon the comely form of Bhagwan Krishna, Damodar Madhusudan. We heard and we saw where Krishna comes from the word Krish, which means to drag out. And what is it that has to be dragged out from us? It is that which is so ingrained. And what is so ingrained? All that's negative. It could be positive too, eh? But all that's negative. So we need divine help. We all know with God's help, it all becomes possible. So focus on the form of Bhagwan and Om Tat Sat, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. We pray. Om Ganganapataye Namah. Om Sri Vigneshwaraya Namah. Om Ad Shaktiyatal Chhatraya Namah. Om Sri Guru Charan Kamal Bhyo Namah. Om Namash Chandikaya. Om Sri Krishna Govindaya Namah. Om Ham Hanumantaya Namah. Madhur Ashtakam. Adharam Madhuram Vadanam Madhuram Nayanam Madhuram Hasitam Madhuram. Hridayam Madhuram Gamanam Madhuram Madhuradhipate Rakhilam Madhuram Madhuradhipate Rakhilam Madhuram. Vachanam Madhuram Chalitam Madhuram Vasanam Madhuram Balitam Madhuram Chalitam Madhuram Brahmitam Madhuram Madhuradhipate Rakhilam Madhuram. Venur Madhuro Renur Madhura Pani Madhura Pado Madhuram Nrityam Madhuram Sakhyam Madhuram Madhuradhipate Rakhilam Madhuram. Geetam Madhuram Pitam Madhuram Bhuktam Madhuram Sriptam Madhuram Rupam Madhuram Tilakam Madhuram Madhuradhipate Rakhilam Madhuram. Karanam Madhuram Taranam Madhuram Haranam Madhuram Ramanam Madhuram Bamitam Madhuram Shamitam Madhuram Madhuradhipate Rakhilam Madhuram. Kunj वाजा मधुरा माला मधुरा यमुना मधुरा बेची मधुरा सलिलं मधुरं कमलं मधुरं मधुराधिपते रखिलं मधुरम् गोपी मधुरा लीला मधुरा युक्तं मधुरं मोक्तं मधुरं दुष्टं मधुरं शिष्टं मधुरं मधुराधिपते रखिलं मधुरम् गोपा मधुरा गावो मधुरा युष्टिर्मधुरा सृष्टिर्मधुरा दलितं मधुरं फलितं मधुरं मधुराधिपते रखिलं मधुरं रखिलं मधुरं रखिलं मधुरम् ओम श्री कृष्ण गोविंदाय नमो नमः बोले श्री वृंदावन बिहारी लाल की. Just a brief insight into what was just sung, devotees. Madhur Ashtakam. Madhur can mean many things: sweet, peaceful, uplifting, developmental, meaningful. And devotee, there is no doubt that everything about God, every part of his body, all his movements, all his actions, everything is meant to charm us. Everything is meant to make us feel peaceful. It's meant to uplift us. And this is what God wants for us. And this is what we also must do in our thoughts, words, and deeds. We have enough bitterness and sourness and division and fragmentation. We need something better, something higher, something nobler. And this is what Bhagwan Krishna is saying to all of us in this Madhur Ashtakam. Now, devotees, I'm going to use a narration in one of the incidents of Bhagwat Mahapuran, but without reading from the text. And in so doing, I shall narrate and glorify appropriately. So our whole discourse starts like this. A long time ago, there lived a mother, poor, in a village with only one son. Things were difficult, but devotees, what they lacked in material wealth, they made up for in character. And it is quite rightly said, when wealth is stolen, a lot is stolen. When health goes, even more goes. But when character goes, sab nash ho jai, all gone. Again, if we do courses at institutions of higher learning or wherever, they give us all kinds of strategies, all kinds of techniques, all kinds of knowledge. But that course cannot give us integrity. We have to build that integrity on our own. And this is what this katha is all about. This is what this parent, mother and her son, this is what they're demonstrating in their life in a very practical way. So devotees, they loved each other. They would hug each other to satisfy their physical needs, yet devotees, they felt a sense of joy and satisfaction in the life that they lived. Obviously, they wished better could have been done. So devotees, the boy began to grow under the loving care and watchful eye of his mother. And so he reached the age where he had to go to school. In the village where he lived, there was no school. We are speaking about India. And so he had to go very far for his education. And we all know education for liberation. If I wish to lead, I have to read. There must be a burning yearning for learning. And if we stop that, then we are lost. And our saints and sages have always told us how important it is to be educated. So devotees, the mother knew that. She was a true Hindu, a true human being. And so she sought a school. It was far away. It was difficult for the boy to go on his own. So she would accompany him. They had to pass through the forest. And so, devotees, it was early in the morning. The animals were making their fearsome noises. Parts of the forest were dark, and this boy was afraid. But you know what? In the company of his mother, he felt like a lion. And I hope you are listening. I'm not going to make too many points to hammer home the point. But it's clear. In the company of my mother, I am safe, I am sound, I am happy, I am prepared to go. I can move forward and upward and even Godward. So, it went on like this until one day the mother fell ill. You know, sickness is a part of life. So she couldn't accompany her dear son. He felt hurt. He wanted her to go, but she was sweating profusely. So, what happened? She said, son, you will have to go. I can't go. And those were the days where you don't break like albation. You don't get a half day. Well, I don't want to say too much. You don't want to get anything. You understood the importance of schooling and education and being present to get the maximum benefit of what has to be offered. So he couldn't stay home. Mother said, son, my son, you have to go, go. So he said, ma, but I'm afraid if an animal should attack me, if anything should happen, what should I do? Then the mother gave him one of the best pieces of advice any parent can give. She said, son, you have a friend. And you know who is that friend? Madhusudan, Bhakti Bihari, Bhagwan Krishna. If while going you become afraid, then just chant his name. And so, living and believing in his mother's word, he set off for school. But it so happened he reached a part of the forest was very dense and the animals were very noisy, and he became scared. So he remembered the advice of his mother. And I want to just drive home this point, devotees. Our parents will always and have always advised us. Do you remember the advice in times of adversity or other times? We should always be mindful of the advice our parents gave us so generously because they wanted the best for us. So he remembered the advice his mother gave him, and he's afraid to go forward. He sat down on the roadway at his side and he began to call out to his friend. Who was the friend? Gopal. And he, Deena Bandhu Bhagwan. Devotees, when will we realize that God is our best friend? He's our best everything. And we should always be there thinking of him, serving him, honor him, worship him, and bow down to him. He said so in Gita. So this boy, he didn't know Gita, but he knew his mother. He understood the words of the mother. And so he began to call out to that friend of his. How did he say? Radhe Govinda Jai Jai Radhe Gopala Radhe Govinda Jai Jai Radhe Gopala Radhe Govinda Nath Govinda Anath Natha Gopala
Nath Govinda Anath Natha Gopala
Nath Govinda Nath Govinda Anath Natha Gopala Govinda Jai Govinda Gopala Jai Gopala Govinda
Jai Govinda Gopala Jai Gopala
Radhe Govinda Jai Jai Radhe Gopala
Radhe Govinda Jai Jai Radhe Gopala
Deenanath Govinda Anath Natha Gopala
Deenanath Govinda Anath
Govinda Jai Govinda, Gopala Jai Gopala.
Govinda Jai Govinda, Gopala Jai Gopala.
Radhe Govinda Jai Jai Radhe Gopala.
Radhe Govinda Jai Jai Radhe Gopala.
So devotees, yes, there was fear. There was the fearsome noises of the animals. Yes, the place was dark, but you know what? He was now filling his mind, his thoughts, his consciousness, everything with the name of God, the presence of God. And this was the lesson the mother wants to teach him, the lesson all of us should know and should be aware of. So as he began to sing, he found the fear was there, but it was not as strong as before. He felt he could cope with it. So he kept on. And you know, the thought came to him, maybe I need to put a little more effort. Maybe I need to sing with a little more zest and zeal. And this is another important aspect in prayer. I cannot pray half-heartedly. I need to put tan man dhan sab kuch hai tera. I need to offer the Lord all that I have. And in so doing, I will see a result. So devotees, with more zest, more zeal, more enthusiasm, more faith, more belief, he began to glorify Bhagwan. What did he say? Govinda Gopal Prabhu Giridhari. Govinda
Gopal Prabhu Giridhari.
Hey Govinda ho Govinda ho Govinda Gopal Prabhu Giridhari.
Govinda Gopali.
Hare Nanda ke lala Naunit chora.
Nanda ke lala Navnit chora.
Hare Nanda ke ha Nanda ke oh Nanda ke lala Naunit chora.
Nanda ke lala Navnit chora.
Hridaya Bihara Parachit chora.
Hridaya Vihara Parachit chora.
Jai Jai Hridaya Bihara Parachit chora.
Hridaya Vihara Parachit chora.
Ho Govinda ho Govinda ho Govinda Gopal Prabhu Giridhari.
Govinda Gopal Prabhu Giridhari.
Prabhu Giridhari.
Prabhu Giridhari.
Was there ever such a time when your prayer did not work? If said in a proper tone, in a proper feeling, is there such a thing, devotees? There is no such thing as an unanswered prayer. So he began to sing like this, and he found he was getting joy and peace, and the fear was going. So he said, you know what, this is exactly what I need to do. You see, if I am praying and I'm focusing more on my problem and not on God, then how will my problem be solved? Don't tell God how big your problem is. Tell your problem how big your God is. A very important shift in perception. So then now he is focusing upon not the problem, but on Bhagwan, his friend, whom his mother told him will always be there for him. So he continues to glorify that friend of his with even more zest and zeal. Hunat Varla Giridhar Gopal, Hunat
Varla Giridhar Gopal.
Jai Jai Nat Var, Hunat Var, Hunat Varla Giridhar Gopal.
Nat Varla Giridhar Gopal.
Jai Jai Nat Varla Giridhar Gopal.
Nat Varla Giridhar Gopal.
मेरा के प्रभु श्याम गोपाल.
मीरा के प्रभु श्याम गोपाल.
हे मेरा के प्रभु श्याम गोपाल.
मीरा के प्रभु श्याम गोपाल.
नट वरला गिरिधर गोपाल.
नट वरला गिरिधर गोपाल.
जय जय नट वर नट वर नट वरला गिरिधर गोपाल.
नट वरला गिरिधर गोपाल.
वेद सार जीवन का धार.
वेद सार जीवन का
हे
धार.
वेद सार जीवन का धार.
वेद सार जीवन का
तो
धार.
गोपी मनोहर हृदय विहार.
गोपी मनोहर हृदय विहार.
हे गोपी मनोहर हृदय विहार
गोपी मनोहर हृदय विहार
नटवर लाल गिरिधर गोपाल
नटवर लाल गिरिधर गोपाल
जय जय नटवर लाल गिरिधर गोपाल
नटवर लाल गिरिधर गोपाल
वेद सार जीवन का धार
वेद सार जीवन का नाम
मेरा के प्रभु गिरिधर गोपाल
मीरा के प्रभु गिरिधर गोपाल
नटवर लाल गिरिधर गोपाल
नटवर
नटवर
लाल गिरिधर गोपाल
गिरिधर गोपाल
गिरिधर गोपाल
गिरिधर गोपाल
गिरिधर गोपाल
वेद सार जीवन का धार बोले श्री वृंदावन बिहारी लाल की fear gone, darkness gone, no awareness or consciousness of the physical situation around him. Instead, it was a sense of content and a sense of joy. He felt so strong and resuscitated, rejuvenated inside, and in the power of prayer, devotees. Prayer doesn't weaken anyone. It strengthens us. It fortifies us. It gives us that which we need to go forward, onward, and God and upward. And so, gone was the fear and all that he was experiencing. So now, he decided to go towards school. He reached school, he did what he had to do, he had a successful day. Devotees, coming back now, same problem. But he remembered the lesson, he remembered what he had done. And so devotees, as he sat this time, it was overwhelming. He started the side of the road again, and now the fear is creeping in. You see, this is how the mind is. And that's why Hanuman Baba's worship is so important. Mudram Chipram Vichipram Ekang Nirudhaman. What kind of mind do I have? I need to have a firm, strong, stable, steady, disciplined, focused mind. And if my mind is focused, I'll fulfill my purpose. That's Hanuman Baba. So devotees, the mind gives into these things from time to time. That's why we have to guard against the weaknesses of the mind. And devotees, as I say mind, there are many diseases of the mind. And I was able to get this list for you. What are the diseases of the mind? Moha, ignorance, kam, lust, lobh, greed, krodh, anger, mamta, attachment, irsha, envy, matsar, jealousy, dushtata, wickedness, ahankar, egoism, and trishna, worldly cravings. Avivek, lacking of discrimination, and kapat, deceit. And those are serious weaknesses of the mind. We all know that. I just ran them through. Forgive me if I'm rushing along, but that's okay. We don't want to stay stuck on diseases. We want health. We want betterment. So devotees, he now was giving into these things. So he sat down on the road, and now he remembered the advice again. Never ever forget the great advice given to us by Mother, Father, Guru, and whoever else made a difference in our lives. So devotees, he focused upon Giridhari. He focused upon Bhagwan Krishna, and he began to sing. He's singing the glories of Bhagwan. And while so doing, he began to hear what? Murli. He began to hear the flute. That flute which is so significant. Devotees, I will not go into what Radha said before about why Bhagwan keeps the flute so close to him. It's always in his hands or placed onto his lips. There are reasons why. But devotee, what I will say to you is, what is this flute? Why is it so near and dear to the Lord? It's a piece of bamboo with holes in it. And devotees, when the breath of the Lord is blown into it, it produces the sweetest sound on the face of this earth. Now, we are like the bamboo. We have the holes, the 9 holes in the body, or 7, or however many, depending on who you are. And so, devotees, when the grace of God and the mercy of God flows into our lives become uplifted. Madhuram, madhuram, madhurarhipate. This is what we all want in life. But for that to happen, if we go towards God and we go filled with all the diseases and weaknesses, then we can't be filled. We have to go with empty the heart, empty the mind, and then we can become more receptive to what is being offered. So devotees, I hope your mind is now empty and you're filling it with the sweet sound of the Murli and the wonderful name of Bhagwan Krishna. He now is hearing this sound, a sound that can wake up the dead, if I may put that term. a song that has always charmed the hearts of devotees. One of the sweetest songs on the face of this earth. And devotees, he's hearing it. Bansi dhara kanhaiya Ghansham sundara Bansi dhara kanhaiya Ghansham sundara Govinda Madhava He Madhusudana Mukunda Govinda Madhava He Madhusudana Mukunda Madhusudana Mukunda Radhe Govind, Radhe Govind, Radhe Govind, Radhe Bansi dhara kanhaiya Ghansham sundara Giridhari Gopabala Vrindavana Bihara Bansi dhara kanhaiya Ghansham sundara. Devotees, it is a saying. Some people become aroused from a distance, just hearing the sound or the voice of the Guruji. Others, it takes a lot of effort for them to wake up. An example I give like camphor. You simply strike a match, touch the camphor, it blazes. The plant, no matter what, is dead, it's dense, it's dull, it will not be awakened. Devotees, who or what am I? So here now, this sound of the flute began to awaken his divinity, his true self. And devotee, this again is a simple statement but so powerful. Am I truly awakened? Am I an awakened, enlightened individual? If that is so, I will hate none, hurt none, harm none, cheat none, nothing whatsoever. I will see God in all. Although Ramakrishna puts it beautifully, God is in all, but are we all in God? But we will not go there. Devotees, once my third eye is opened, once I'm awakened spiritually, I will be a different person. I'll be kind and loving and forgiving. You name it, all of these things. And if it's not so, then I am reduced to the animal world. So devotees, here, that sound of the flute awakened him, his latent divinity. And he realized, you know what? I'm not the body with a soul. I am the soul with a body. How do you see yourself? That's so important. How do you see yourself? Bhagwan Krishna puts it beautifully in Gita. He says, you are extremely dear to me. Bhagwan is saying to you and I that we are extremely dear to him. How do we see him in relation to us? Only you can answer that, devotees. That's why each man is on his own journey towards spiritual growth and development. Bhagwan says, I love you. I give you the gift of life. Your parents gave you birth, but I give you the gift of life. Cherish it and use it to the best of your ability to help yourself and help others. So devotees, this boy is getting this kind of spiritual awakening. And now, what happened? He stood up. Why am I afraid? What is there to be afraid of? What is there? And so he began to go towards home. Devotees, as he going towards home, he remembered the advice of mother and he continued to glorify Bhagwan Krishna. Radhe Krishna Murari Gopala, Radhe Krishna Murari Gopala, Giridhari Murari Govinda, Giridhari Murari
Govinda,
Giridhari Murari Govinda. मनमोहन मनमोहन मुरारी गोपाला
मनमोहन मुरारी गोपाला
मनमोहन मनमोहन मुरारी गोपाला
मनमोहन मुरारी गोपाला
घनश्याम मुरारी गोपाला घनश्याम मुरारी गोपाला गिरिधारी मुरारी गोविंद गिरिधारी मुरारी गोविंद. Devotees pray, works. And so he began to hear a sound. We spoke about sound, we spoke of the flute. He began to hear the sound of the flute coming loud, further in the distance and nearer. And devotees, Bhagwan is always there to give us signs to show us, I am there, I am here. If I don't sin, I don't know, well, that's my problem, my weakness. But devotee Bhagwan began to let this boy know, you know what? I appreciate, I know what you're doing. And worry not, just as for going I was there, now coming I'm also here. And so devotees, the sound of the flute came nearer and nearer. And when he watched, he saw what I hope we will all see one day as we open our eyes from sleep or dream. And devotees, he saw who? Murli Manohar. Bhagwan Krishna with the flute dressed in bright yellow. All of those are symbolic things that another time we can go into. And devotee Bhagwan said, listen, dry up that fear you have and tears. I have come, you call me. I'm your friend Gopal that your mother told you about. Now I want to do something with you. And devotees, what does Bhagwan want for us and to do with us? It is mentioned in his Katha. Here. Ruma jhuma nacho Gopala, nacho Gopala, nacho Gopala. Ruma jhum nacho Gopala, nacho Gopala, nacho Gopala, nacho Gopala. Nacho Hari Nandalala,
nacho nacho Hari Nandalala,
nacho nacho Hari Nandalala. Gopala, Gopala, nacho Gopala.
Gopala, Gopala, nacho Gopala.
Gopala, Gopala, nacho Gopala.
Gopala, Gopala, nacho Gopala.
Nacho, nacho, Hari Nandalala. Nacho, nacho,
Hari Nandalala.
nacho, nacho, Hari Nandalala.
Nacho, nacho, Hari Nandalala.
So devotees, a broad smile on the face of Bhagwan. And it is captured in this Venkirtanam. What is it like? Mita smita sundara mukhar binda nacho Nandalala, Nandalala. Mita smita sundara
Mukhar binda nacho Nandalala, Nandalala.
nacho Nandalala, Nandalala.
Nacho Nandalala, Nandalala.
Nacho Nandalala, Nandalala. So nacho Nandalala, Nandalala, nacho Nandalala, Nandalala. Mita smita sundar mukhar binda nacho Nandalala, Nandalala. Mita smita
Mukhar binda nacho Nandalala, Nandalala.
Who saw that smile? Who experienced that dance? Meera. Meera ke Prabhu Lala, Nandalala.
Meera ke Prabhu Lala,
Hare
Nandalala.
Meera ke Prabhu Lala, Nandalala.
Meera ke Prabhu Lala, Nandalala.
Meera ke Prabhu Prabhulala, Nandalala, Lamita Smita Sundara Mukharvinda, Nacho Nandalala, Nandalala, Lamita Smita
सुंदर मुखार बिंद नाचो नंदलाला नंदलाला
Nandalala, Nandalala,
नाचो नंदलाला नंदलाला.
Devotees, Bhagwan wants us to prosper, not suffer, to go forward and upward and not backward. He wants us to smile and not grouch or be a grouch. Bhagwan did all of that for his devotee and much, much more. And here for this simple boy, he's making him very happy, giving him an experience of a lifetime. And that dance, Nacho, Rum Jhum, Nacho Gopala. Let us just say that how it was done, devotees. Ruma Jhuma, Nacho Gopala, Nacho Gopala, Nacho Gopala. Ruma Jhum, Nacho Gopala, Nacho Gopala, Nacho Gopala, Nacho Gopala, Nacho, Nacho, Hari Nandalala, Nacho, Nacho, Hari Nandalala, Nacho, Nacho, Hari Nandalala. Now they all kind of dance styles. And just now for the so-called greatest festival on earth, when that comes up, you'll see all kind of dance style. You choose which one you want. But devotee, rum jhum. That idea of circular motion. We deal with science and the world and everything. Everything goes in a cyclical way. We have the days of the week, the months of the year, the seasons, even the body itself. Devotee Bhagwan reminding us in this cycle of birth and death, bondage of sin and suffering, where am I and what am I doing and what am I prepared to do and where do I want to go? I can't go any further. There's a lot more for tonight. So devotee Bhagwan began to teach a lesson in that dance itself. And those dances are developmental, they're uplifting, and it teaches and reminds us how important the arts and the culture, these things are so very important. That makes distinguishes one community from another, one person from another. And this is where we must send our children. They can learn dance, they can learn swimming here, they can learn karate, they can learn sports. Devotee Bhagwan is showing the other side to life, a very enriching, uplifting, ennobling side. And we must never ever neglect that. Some parents still feel sports is for, but leave it there. Some parents still don't see the importance of sports and all of these forms of, developmental activities. Here devotee Bhagwan is showing us that. Even music, the flute is music. All the days that we have, they have some instrument. They do have some instrument. What are they telling us? What are they telling us? And devotees, there are tremendous benefits in music. It's unbelievable. Now they have reached a stage where if you learn more than 2 or 3 or 4 languages, you are better able to cope with life and the challenges of life. If you can play instruments, you are better able to cope with the challenges of life. And there's so many benefits, I can't go into them nor enumerate them. I'm simply throwing out the point, whetting your appetite so that we may be perhaps stirred, inquisitive, and go on to your own research. Bhagwan is teaching us all of that. So devotees, he danced and danced and danced. And so, eventually Bhagwan said, enough is enough. God knows there's a limit to everything. Because too much of anything, good for nothing. So, he said, okay, and the boy's name was Jatil. He said, Jatil beta, you will have no fear again. I'm with you. Go. And so he hurried home. He reached home, he saw his mother lying down, waiting for him to come. She seemed worried. He said, Ma, when she heard his voice, devotees, again, many of us are trying to understand this. The voice of our children is like nectar. It's like the best medication to revive us. It is said, no matter if I'm sick, you can give me the best medication. Oh yes, it will work to the physical body, but sickness is psychosomatic. It is with the mind. And if my mind is not healed, or if my mind is sick, then obviously my body will not be healed. So sickness is psychosomatic. I need to work with the mind. Take again, look at our scripture, our religion. Devotees, it was said, and I have shown it to many a teacher, an individual. If students are misbehaving, well, put police in the school, no problem. Hire prefects, that's good, nothing is wrong in that. Put more fence. Do this, that, the other. Who is listening, devotee? Nobody listening to constructive advice. Or if they're listening, they don't want to implement it because they say that's a Hindu thing or an Indian thing or them thing or the other thing. They don't study it's a human developmental thing we're talking about. Now, let me put it very simple. If a plant needs to be watered, you water the leaf or you water the root. So too, if I need to be reformed, how are you going to reform me? You have to get to me. You have to get into me. You have to go to my mind, my soul, my consciousness. Not otherwise. More police. The boss said, oh, I heard. Forget. Some more police come. So that will solve crime. Oh, how nice. Every year, 100 and something come, 200 or 400. You name it. Is it solving anything? That's not the only solution. I'm not denying how important the presence of the security forces are. They are very important. But devotee, there is much, much more. But again, in this forum, we can't go into that. You know that. We can't go into it because of time restraint. So devotees, he reached home, he's very happy. So mother said, son, how come you're so happy? What happened? Because mothers also, they have a sixth sense. They could sense when something is good or bad happening to their children. So she said, my son, there's something that happened. Please tell me. And willingly he said, ma, remember you told me? What did you tell me? That whenever I'm afraid and other things, I should call upon my friend Gopal. So I called upon my friend Gopal. You know what he did, ma? He did not only come, he didn't only play the flute, he danced with me. Now imagine you are a mother hearing your child, you send your child to school and he's saying, you hear flute playing, the child dance and whatever. Devotees, she's surprised and puzzled. And then now, he says, ma, I really want to know who really is Gopal. And I'm going to share with you what the scriptures say about who is Gopal. Ma, who is Govind? Who is Gopal? Beta, he the seer in the eye. He the feeler in the mind. He the thinker in the intellect. He the fragrance in the flower. He the meaning in the word. He the melody in the song. And Om was his mother Devaki. The scripture was Vasudeva, his father. True knowledge is Yashoda, pure knowledge. Supreme joy is Nand Baba. The sacred verses of the scriptures were his play friends. And the gopis, cows, were his senses. Rudra was his flute. Indra was his conch shell. Brahma was his staff. Devotion is Radha. Mathura's sacred city, the abode of wisdom. And evil was Kans to be destroyed. His brother was Balbhadra Balram, which means strength or charm. And the garden of peace, Vrindavan, is where he lives. This is Gopal, devotees. Can we understand him fully? I rush it to him, forgive me. Forgive me. But this is what Gopal is all about. So devotees, there is much, much more. So, mother explained. Then he understood that Gopal wasn't just a boy playing flute with some cows. Gopal was much, much more than that. And so devotees, he understood. And we all know when we understand, nobody can trick, fool, deceive, convert, or fool us. And that's one of the problems. We don't understand, we don't know. So anybody could trick, fool, convert us, and fool us. And devotees happening every day. Every day. In the name of what? In the name of what? I know and you know. We won't say it. So devotees, I will now end. Because there's so much to say. Ram Anand Gunani. There's no end to the glories of the Lord. And there's this wonderful song, devotees, among many. O mine, yes, you are in Sukh Shanti. A wonderful mandir, built by wonderful devotees. Some gone, some still here. And we all experiencing the wonderful ambience of this mandir. Some great gave their soul and their heavy finances to ensure that this structure stands up and becomes like a sanctuary for so many of us. And devotees, there are others who have gone on. We say, oh mine, get out of this physical mandir. Go inside, go inside, that's the journey. Go inside. And what will you see? What will you experience? Let's hear what the bhajan says. अरे चलो मन गंगा जमुना के तीर हो चलो मन गंगा जमुना के तीर
चलो मन गंगा जमुना के तीर
हो चलो मन
जमुना के तीर
जय जय चलो मन
गंगा जमुना निर्मल पानी
गंगा जमुना निर्मल पानी
गंगा जमुना निर्मल पानी
गंगा जमुना निर्मल पानी
शीतल होत शरीर हो चलो मन गंगा
जमुना के तीर
आहा चलो मन
गंगा जमुना के तीर
मोर मुकुट पीतांबर सोहे
मोर मुकुट पीतांबर सोहे
कुंडल झलकत हीर हो चलो मन हा चलो मन हो चलो मन गंगा जमुना के तीर
चलो मन गंगा जमुना के तीर
बंसी बजावत गावत कान्हा
बंसी बजावत गावत कान्हा
बंसी बजावत गावत कान्हा
बंसी बजावत गावत कान्हा
संघलियो बलबीर हो चलो मन हा चलो मन हो चलो मन
गंगा जमुना के तीर
हो चलो मन
गंगा जमुना के तीर
मेरा कहे प्रभु गिरिधर नागर
मेरा कहे प्रभु गिरिधर नागर
If we are fortunate enough and old enough, our mothers will sing these kinds of songs, and the ladies will play upon the hand drum, and they will sing, and devotee the shak shak, the machira, the dhantal, and very importantly, the lot and the 2 spoon. When you hear percussion, lot and 2 spoon, we have that here? No? Okay, maybe some other time. But remember that, devotees. चलो मन गंगा जमुना के तीर हो चलो
मन गंगा जमुना के तीर
मेरा कहे प्रभु गिरिधर नागर
मेरा कहे प्रभु गिरिधर नागर
चरण कमल पर सिर हो
चलो मन गंगा जमुना के तीर
जमुना के तीर हाँ जमुना के तीर जमुना के तीर हाँ जमुना के तीर. The bhajan is very rhythmic, the music is great, but devotees, it has a great meaning. I will just give you some the inner meaning, a bit of it. The whole song is like that. We are saying, go on this spiritual journey. Chalo man, oh mind, why remain stagnant and stable? Well, not stable, but stagnant. Why not move on? Where are you going? Devotee Ganga. Go to the Ganga, the river of Gyan or pure knowledge, Bhakti, pure devotion. That's where we're supposed to go. That's where we're supposed to reach. Devotees, again, Bhagwan Krishna, who is there? If we do that, then what will we find? Bansi Bajavat Gavat Kanha. We'll see Bhagwan Krishna glorifying, singing, dancing, and devotees, who's with him? His brother Balram or Balbhir. And so devotees, it's a great joy, a great sense of achievement and accomplishment, but we can't go any further. So this is one of the songs they will sing, devotees. So I hope that we'll continue to make that upward progression towards God, towards godliness. And devotees, I want to end my final song, which is a wonderful song. It tells us about Bhagwan Krishna again and what he did. Jaya Madhava Madana Murari Radhe Shama 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 केशव कलिमल हरे राधे केशव हाँ केशव कलिमल हरे राधे श्याम 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 सुंदर कुंडल मुकुट विशाला गले सोहे बैजंती माला तो या छवि के बलिहारी राधे श्याम 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 कबहु लूट दरी खायो कबहु मधुबन रास रचायो तो नाचत बिपिन बिहारी राधे श्याम 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 ग्वाल बाल संग धेनु चराए बन बन भ्रमत फिरत रडुराई तो कांधे पर कामर झोरी धारी राधे श्याम 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 एक दिन मान इंद्र को मारियो नख ऊपर गोवर्धन धारियो तो नाम पढ़ियो गिरिधारी राधे श्याम 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 जय माधव केशव कलिमल हरे राधे श्याम 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 करुणा कर द्रौपदी पुकारी पद में लिपट गए बनवारी निरख रहे नर नारी राधे श्याम 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 I will now say Sevak. As I say Sevak, the last line of the bhajan devotees, call your name. Call the name of those who are near and dear to you. Whether they have gone on or not, the soul didn't die, did it? So devotees, everybody needs to be blessed by Bhagwan Krishna. So call that name. We all need the blessing and guidance and help and protection of the Lord. सेवक है यह शरण तुम्हारी कृपा करो अब कृष्ण मुरारी दया करो अब कृष्ण मुरारी क्षमा करो अब कृष्ण मुरारी रत्न लगे ते हारे राधे श्याम 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 राधे श्याम 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 राधे श्याम 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 जय माधव जय केशव मदन मुरारी राधे श्याम 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 राधे श्याम 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 बोले श्री वृंदावन बिहारी लाल की. So devotees, we shall have the Havan.
Let's join devotees. Om Hari Om Tat Sat Om Shri Vigneshwaraya Namah Swaha. Om Shri Gauri Mata Swaha. Om Shri Prithvi Mata Swaha. Om Namas Chandikaya Swaha. Shri Mahalakshmi Mata Swaha. Om Shri Saraswatyai Namah Swaha. Om Shri Hrim Krim Embrindavanyai Swaha. Om Shri Gayatri Devi Swaha. Om Shri Brahmani Devi Swaha. Om Shri Rudrani Devi Swaha. ओम श्री कल्याणी देवी स्वाहा श्री चौसत योगिनी देवी माता स्वाहा ओम श्री उमा महेश्वराय नमः स्वाहा ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय स्वाहा ओम नमो भगवते नारायणाय स्वाहा ओम नमो भगवते सूर्याय नमः स्वाहा ओम श्री सूर्यारि नवग्रह देवता स्वाहा ओम श्री ब्रह्म अग्नि देवता स्वाहा ओम श्री हनु 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 हनुमंताय नमः स्वाहा ओम श्री सीतारामचंद्राय स्वाहा ओम श्री राधा कृष्ण स्वाहा ओम श्री विष्णु लक्ष्मी माता स्वाहा ओम श्री शिव पार्वती माता स्वाहा ओम श्री ब्रह्मा शारदा माता स्वाहा ओम श्री सूर्य गायत्री देवी माता स्वाहा श्री रिद्धि सिद्धिदाता स्वाहा ओम श्री गंगा माता स्वाहा ओम श्री ग्राम देवता स्वाहा ओम श्री स्थान देवता स्वाहा ओम श्री वस्तु देवता स्वाहा ओम श्री कुल देवता स्वाहा श्री 33 करोड़ देवता स्वाहा सर्वदेवता सुरदेवीभ्यो नमः स्वाहा अनंत स्वरूपाय पार ब्रह्मभ्यो नमः स्वाहा ओम श्री गुरुवे नमः स्वाहा. Please all stand devotees or take part in Purnahuti, final offering. Come on. Concentrate Om Namah Shivaya. Om Hari Om Tat Sat Om Namah Shambhavaya Cha Mayo Bhavaya Cha Namah Shankaraya Cha Mayaskaraya Cha Shivaya Cha Shivtraya Cha Om Namah Shivaya. Om Purnamarad Purnamidam Purnada Purnamudachate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate Om Sarvam Vai Purnagvam Swaha. Achman Om Sarva Papharam Divyam Gangyam Nirmalam Jalam Achmanyam Cha Maya Datam Grihana Parameshwara Achmanyam Samarpyami Brahm Agni Devaya Namaha. Boli Si Brahm Agni Devata Ki Jaya Chakino Devi Mata Ki Jai Sri Umapati Mahadev Ki Jai.
Be seated, devotees. As I mentioned at the beginning, we have with us an individual well known who continues to do great work in the dharmic field, in the academic field, in social life. He is now with you here, Pandit Persad. So I shall call upon him. It's a blessing, a word of advice, whoever, whatever, it's your choice.
बोल श्री कृष्ण भगवान की जय. Well, normally when big brother speaks, small brother must listen. But after that beautiful experience, it's very difficult to say anything afterwards. I think Bhai Shivanyam father, today's birthday, Himraj, you couldn't ask a better birthday gift than that. This katha is supreme. It has been recorded Facebook and for TV. So it's a special blessings and thanks to Balram for giving us this divine experience, which is so rare. So Bhai Himraj, you are very fortunate. And I want to draw reference to the fact that Shivan lives in Trinidad. His parents came from New York. They joined him in devotion. And this seems to be an international thing. You know, Christine is a judge, right? She's a woman of few words and long sentences. But I am out of many words and long sentences. But I'll make it short. So what you are seeing here, a good example, Shivan. Shivan sings, how many songs you sang? 3? Only 3? Only 3. 11, you sing 11? Only here 3? All right. So you sing that for your parents, for your father, for his birthday. That's excellent. He has his family. I'm seeing some people on his family. I never seen them quite a while. Even had Yagya, you never see them. So welcome. Family joining together. Togetherness, family. And this is what Bhagwat is about. Shiva and his family praying. Balram and his family praying and singing. Shivan's family came from New York. Balram's family came from Canada. And some from LA, Lower Angwes. So we have a family get together here. And believe it or not, all the Bhagwat Katha you will hear, every single thing is about family. This is what Balram said, mother and son relationship. So tonight was extremely devotional and instructive. And I want to leave you with this message, that sometimes people feel the Pundit speaks and preaches, but they practice also. They practice what they preach. Well, I can't say Pundits, I say Swaha Pundits. I always say that, Swaha Pundits. I can't speak out other Pundits. I say, Swaha Pundits. They practice what they preach. Family. Yeah, how much grandchildren? 12? All of them here. Now, my children not here. But they came last month, Atma and his family, and Loma's coming next month. Because of situations, all can come together. But family togetherness is something very important. So I'm glad that Himraj and his family are together here today. And this is something I said, with the entire Bhagwat, through the instrumentality of Shivan, has brought down here to emphasize that family is important. And as I said, the Katha emphasizes that. So, I just offer prayer for the benefit of all, that families remain together, families pray together, families do work together. And sometimes when I want to speak and say things, people are feeling Baba one-sided. Yes, political family only. But if I had to go on a yag, and Balram not reading, or Hari not reading, I don't go. If I reading, I was going to go. So I just can't understand why people are going at a yag to hear other people, when you have such great devotional messages from such great Pundits. I don't know what he's singing. He's singing a little better than me. Plenty better. So devotees, I want to say a prayer to make sure this yet concludes next week Tuesday. And make sure you all return home safely. And return whenever. We have service regularly going on. So we offer prayer. Now many times, there's somebody, I can't remember the lady name. She's one Papa godchild. When she comes, I talk good English, children listening. When she comes, she still comes. Pandit, I want to start a prayer for you. Because you all praying for everybody, but nobody pray for you. Who does pray for you? She said, Papa told her that. He has prayed for everybody, but who prays for the Pandit? So tonight we're going to pray for the Pandit. To hear more and see more. We're going to pray for all of you to be together with the Pandit. To continue this dharma. We're going to offer a special prayer. Right, Shivan? All of us join. A simple prayer. I mean, when I say simple, I mean it's well known. Because no prayer is simple. Let's all join. Om Jayanti Mangala Kali Bhadrakali Kapalani Durga Kshama Shiva Dhatri Swaha Swadha Namastute Om Vasudevam Sudam Devam Kansachanu Mardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Bande Jagat Guru. Bol Sri Krishna Bhagwan Ki Jai. Blessings to all. May you have a safe journey back home. Thank you very much.
Blessings to you, Panditji, and to your family here and elsewhere. And I want you to know that he also listed to read, I don't know when, Sunday 2 sessions and Monday 2 sessions, daytime. So those who would like to hear and be with Pandit in this satsang, then please come on. So blessings to you. Keep up the good work. Devotees and Pandit, I crave the indulgence. We have Pandit Vashish here, who is here from Canada after a long while. He went alone. He came back with 2, now he's back with 3. So I will ask him to say a prayer or a message or whatever it is. At this point, Pandit Vashish Persad.
बोल श्री वृंदावन बिहारी लाल की spiritual leader, Pandit Persad, my father, Pandit Balram, Pandit Omarat, Pandit Varsh, Pandit Vinayak, all the other Pandits, you the devotees, members of Sukh, Shanti, Bhakti Mandali, Sitaram. It's always very difficult to gather your thoughts and know what to say when you're among great men like my father, Pandit Gyandev, and other members of my family. I'm no stranger. I'm not a guest. I'm just like you. I've just been pulled in a different direction temporarily. And the reason why I'm here is to also make my move back. I always believe, even though you can have everything under the sun elsewhere, one thing that's most important is who and what made you who you are. And I think, to speak quite frankly, what is more important, money or that spiritual experience and that spiritual journey? My father said, I left with one, not two, and I came back with three. And I think my experience taught me a great lesson after some years, and it happened in such a way to show me that what we were and what I experienced, I need to continue. And I always, wherever I go, try to be an ambassador of what my father, my guru, Pandit Persad, would have demonstrated, would have lived. And again, it is just very important, now not for only myself, but for the future generations, including mine. With that, I would just want to say a simple prayer. Close your eyes, bow your heads. Focus on Madhyara Purushottam, Bhagwan Sri Krishna. Krishna Krishna Mahayogin, Bhaktanama Bhayankara, Govinda Paramananda, Vasudeva Sutam Devam, Kamsa Chanura Mardanam, Devaki Paramanandam, Krishnam Vande Jagat Gurum. Om Shanti, 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 Hari Om. Bol Se Vrindavan Bihari Lal Ki.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Pandit Vashish and family. And we wish you bon voyage. Tomorrow he leaves back for his temporary homeland, and he'll be back. We all know that. We also have with us Pandit Chandradev, and I shall ask him, Pandit Chandradev Dubey. In case you don't know, he's the son of Pandit Dinanath Dubey from Sani Grandi. And he's following his father's footsteps. He's now working with us in Swaha. So Pandit Chandradev and his family, Swastika, Abhay and Abhinesh.
Spiritual leader Pandit Gyandev Ji, Pandit Balram Ji, Pandit Umadat, Pandit Vashish, Pandit Varesh, Pandit Bnyak, devotee Sitaram. It's a pleasure to be here this Mandal. And as Panditji spoke about family, during this month of Kartik, it's the most auspicious time to be with family, and even more so, to listen to this beautiful Bhagwat session. So in your mind, without taking up much time, I simply ask you to focus on the divine form of Shri Krishna Bhagwan. There's a beautiful picture of him right above you, the baby Shri Krishna Bhagwan. There's Radha Krishna right in front of you. So focus all your thoughts on Shri Krishna Bhagwan. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Shri Krishnaya Namo Nama. Om Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nanda Gopa Kumaraya Govindaya Namo Nama. Om Devaki Nandanaya Vidmahi Vasudevaya Dhimahi Tannu Krishna Prachodaya. Om Shri Krishnaya Namo Nama. Bole Shri Krishna Bhagwan Ki Jai.
Blessings to you, Pundit, and to your family. Glad to have you and keep up the good work. Devotees, I still have time and don't think I'm cutting into your time. Right? So we have a fine young man like his brothers, Pandit Vinayak. So we shall also ask him. It's not very often we have these individuals together. I mean, I have them around, but you all.
Officiate and Vyas, Pandit Balram, my father, Pandit Gandev, my respected Reverend Uncle, devotees Sitaram, Omarat, Varish, Vashish, and Pandit Chandradev. As I sit here, it's very welcoming, very heartwarming for this family to host such a divine, blessed yag, a Bhagwat Katha, having it 3 times a day, the right way, for the full week. And commendations to you, where you can sit as a family with the head of the home and the children. Everybody come together and you're doing what you have to do in the form of, out of love for your religion, and not only for yourselves, but providing an opportunity for the community to come together, to pray together, and worship Bhagwan Krishna. Obviously, for the past 2 years, it put a bit of a damper on spiritual practices, coming to temple, doing yags, and it's very refreshing to come back to a setting like this. And, you know, as my father said, you can't praise the fruits and leave out the roots. And in this simple little setting right here, where the entire family is together, as Pandit Gandev said, you all live in New York, you came to Trinidad, supported your son, your children, every one of you. And may Bhagwan Krishna continue to bless you, guide you and protect you, and continue to do what's right and what's moral. And commendations to you. As we sit here, I remember my very loving uncle, Pandit Permanent Persad. We can't forget him. I was so close to him, and the fond memories we had and the kind of life we had with him. It was so great, it was so good. And, you know, coming to this temple after so long and just observing, he really did a lot in his, short life. And I asked Bhagwan Krishna that wherever he may be, to continue to bless him. And not only Pandit Permanent, but my great loving grandfather, the one that started it all, that had the vision and lived by example, where my uncles, my father, everyone, all of us grandchildren followed. So please join with me in worshiping Bhagwan Krishna. Pray for yourselves, your home, your family, and in your own way, in your own words, do everything out of love. Pray out of love for Bhagwan Krishna, and he will know. He knows best. Om Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kansa Chanuramardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum. Om Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Bole Shri Vrindavan Bihari Lal Ki Jai.
Blessings and thank you very much, Pandit Vinayak. His daughter Avni couldn't make it because she's not well, and so the wife had to stay home with her. Otherwise, the whole family would have been here. And devotees, do not think it's any particular order. All right? Now you might say, Iman only calling Shirani, you call him Pandit Umarat. Right? But Pandit Umarat is here 3 times a day. He's doing his part. But if he wants to come, I wouldn't stop him. All right? So the final person is Pandit Varish. Pandit Varish is now being called upon to make a contribution to this wonderful Yagya. He was here yesterday for 2 sessions and is here now.
Bole Shri Krishna Chandra Ki Jai. Spiritual leader Pandit Gandev, Pidaji Pandit Balram, my cousin Pandit Umarat, Pandit Vashish, Pandit Vinayak, Pandit Chandradev, special guests, members of the audience, Sitaram. Commendations to Shivan and family. We all know the tremendous, challenges they have faced in their life, and just to echo the sentiments of Panigyandu, this being an international crowd almost. I'm happy that they have chosen to do this Bhagwat here in Trinidad and Tobago for obvious reasons, and getting us involved in this also. Again, commendations to the family. It is a daunting task. It is tremendous sacrifice, and based on my observations, you make it look easy. Because after every session, I would expect them to be tired or, a bit sleepy and so on, but they're very full of life, and that says a lot. Just a short prayer. Om Krishna Krishna Mahayogin Bhakta Nama Bhayankara Govinda Paramananda Sarvami Vashamanaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Namah. Bole Shri Krishna Chandra Ki Jai.
Thank you very much, Pandit Varish, and your family. So devotees, please bear with me. Today is the birthday of Himraj Ramuta, and his children would like to honor him in a very special way. So we now open the floor to you, whatever it is you have planned. Satya Sanatan Dharma ki jai, Swaha Mata ki jai. You want to sing a bhajan one time? All right, go ahead.
खाना कन्हैया नंद लाला ओ मुरली वाला ऐसे बजाए मुरली मुरलिया जादू भरी खाना कन्हैया नंद लाला ओ मुरली वाला कैसे बजाए मुरली मुरलिया जादू भरी जे को गोल कन्हाई कैसे रास रचाई ऐसे जल सुनाई सिरवर सब बिसराई भागे ओ जन निराला ओ मुरली वाला कैसे बजाए मुरली मुरलिया जादूगरी खाना कन्हैया नंद लाला ओ मुरली वाला कैसे बजाए मुरली मुरलिया जादूगरी कांधा कृष्ण मुरारी गोवर्धन गिरिधारी कांधा कृष्ण मुरारी गोवर्धन गिरिधारी चोरी संस्कृत धल गाई आजे बजे फल लाया ओ मुरली भाया कैसे बजाए मुरली मुरलिया बारू भरी कांदा कन्हैया नंद लाला ओ मुरली भाया कैसे बजाए मुरली मुरलिया जारूगरी माखन चोर दुलारिया धरत सबका प्यारा माखन चोर दुलारा रस सबका प्यारा मन मोहन ब्राह्मणी नास से बचारा बन वाला मुरली भाया कैसे बजाए मुरली गुजरिया जारूरी कांडा कन्हैया नंद लाला मुरली भाया कैसे बजाए मुरली मुरलिया जारूरी कांडा कन्हैया नंद लाला मुरली भाया कैसे बजाए मुरली मुररिया जारू भरी मुररिया जारू भरी मुररिया जारू भरी. Devotees, as you know, we're going today is my dad's birthday, and that song is from both of us. But we just have just two more wonderful songs. Hope you're enjoying it. It's also to devotion, but it's also a celebration. So we want you all to join with us as we sing this other song to my dad. बार बार दिन ये आए 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 तुझे हजारों सा ये मेरी है आरज़ू हैप्पी बर्थडे टू यू हैप्पी बर्थडे टू यू हैप्पी बर्थडे टू डारी हैप्पी बर्थडे टू यू बार बार दिन ये आए बार बार दिन ले गाए तुझे हजारों सा है मेरी है आरज़ू हैप्पी बर्थडे टू यू हैप्पी बर्थडे टू यू हैप्पी बर्थडे टू रारी हैप्पी बर्थडे टू यू. दामन तोम दूत किसका क्या मिसाल तुन में तेरी नाम कौन किसका नहीं नहीं ऐसा नहीं कोई नहीं है जिस पे दर्द सकत जाए मेरे सार तो कह जाए तुझे हजारों सा है मेरी है आरज़ू हैप्पी बर्थडे टू यू हैप्पी बर्थडे टू यू हैप्पी बर्थडे टू रारी हैप्पी बर्थडे टू यू. तो वक्त आता मैं तेरी हंसी महफिल में फूल खेल आता जी कहा अच्छा जो लहराए जो दलित दिल दहराए तुझे हजारों सा मेरी है आरज़ू हैप्पी
birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to Radhi. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
I just want to sing just another song. Just bear with me. But this is a film song, and this is dedicated to my dad. And I'm just going to try to attempt it. There's a few lines. Hope you'll enjoy it too.
तुझसे नाज़र नहीं जिंदगी है नार हूँ मैं, ओ है नार्ज़ हूँ मैं। तुझसे नाज़र नहीं जिंदगी है नार हूँ मैं, ओ है नाज़ हूँ मैं। तुझसे प्यारों समारों से परेशान हूँ मैं, ओ है नाज़ हूँ मैं। तेरी बातों नहीं जिंदगी हैरान हूँ मैं, ओ है जान हूँ मैं। तुझसे नाज़र ही जिंदगी हैरान हूँ मैं, ओ है नाज हूँ मैं। जीने के लिए सोचा ही नहीं धड़क समा कर होगे, जीने के लिए सोचा ही नहीं भरत समा के होगे। मुस्कुरा तो कभी तो रजता है, कर फिर सजा दे हो रहा है। तुझसे नाज़ ही जिंदगी हैरान हूँ मैं, ओ है नाज हूँ मैं। तुझसे नाज़ ही जिंदगी हैरान हूँ मैं, ओ है नाज हूँ मैं, ओ है नाज हूँ मैं, ओ है नाज हूँ मैं।
Thank you very much.
So blessings to you, Shivan, and to your mom and other members of the family. I'm sure you have made your heart, your father's heart, very happy, filled with joy. Well done. So we shall go straight into Aarti, Bhagwat Aarti. Sab koi khara ho jaye, please all stand for Bhagwat Aarti. Om Sajam Chavarti Sanyuktam Vahin Yogitam Maya.
आपसे है तारती।
यह अमर ग्रंथ ये मुक्ति पंथ ये पंचम वेर निराला, नव ज्योति जगाने वाला। ये अमर ग्रंथ ये मुक्ति पंथ ये नव ज्योति जगाने वाला। हरि गान यही वरदान यही, हरि गान यही वरदान यही। जग के मंगल की आरती, पापियों को पाप से है तारती। जय जय भागवत भगवान की है आरती, पापियों को पाप से
शांति गीत पावन पुनीत श्रापों को मिटाने वाला हरि दर्शन दिखाने वाला। यह शांति गीत पावन पुनीत श्रापों को मिटाने वाला हरि दर्शन दिखाने वाला। हे सुख करनी है दुख हरनी,
है सुख करनी है दुख हरनी।
यह मधुसूदन की आरती
पापियों को पाप से है तारती। जय जय भागवत भगवान की है आरती। पापियों को पाप से है तारती।
यह मधुर बोल जग बंद खोल सन्मार्ग निकालने वाला बिगड़ी को बनाने वाला। यह मधुर बोल जग बंद खोल सन्मार्ग निकालने वाला बिगड़ी को बनाने वाला। श्री राम यही घनश्याम यही, श्री राम यही घनश्याम यही, प्रभु की महिमा की आरती।
पापियों को पाप से है तारती। जय जय भागवत भगवान की है आरती। पापियों को पाप से है तारती।
जय भागवत भगवान की है आरती।
पापियों को पाप से है तारती। पापियों को पाप से है तारती। पापियों को पाप से है तारती।
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
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 ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। गंगा तोरी धारा बहिना बहिना गंगा तोरी धारा बहिना बहिना गंगा तोरी धारा बहिना 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 गंगा तोरी धारा बहिना बहिना गंगा तोरी धारा बहिना बहिना हे पर गंगा वही पर जमुना पर गंगा वही पर जमुना बिचवा में धारा बहिना बहिना बिचवा में धारा बहिना बहिना गंगा तोरी धारा बहिना बहिना गंगा तोरी धारा बहिना बहिना हे पर चंद्रा वही पर सरजू हे पर चंद्रा वही पर सरजू बिचवा में धारा गिना गिना बिचवा में धारा गिना गिना गंगा तोरी धारा बहिना बहिना गंगा तोरी धारा बहिना बहिना हे पर रामा वही पर लक्ष्मण हे पर रामा वही पर लक्ष्मण